Good morning, everyone. So, in our last class, we have finished till irrigation. Yeah. So, we have learned about irrigation, the characteristics of irrigation, what are the methods that by which we can irrigate our fields, of the things we have learned. So, today we'll start a new topic, a new agriculture practice, that is protection from weeds. Okay. So, please check out your textbooks, your pencils, and let's start today's class. So today's topic is protection from weeds. So what are weeds? Yeah, a question arises. What are weeds? So we'll know about weeds and more of it in this topic. So Bojo and Paheli went to a nearby wheat field and saw that there were some other plants in the field growing along with wheat plants. So this two fellow, Bojo and Paheli, this time where they went? They went in the wheat field, and there they saw some other plants growing along with the wheat plants. Yeah, they saw that there were wheat plants plus there were some other plants growing along with the wheat plants. So Bojo, as usual, he asked a question. So Bojo always asks questions. So this time the question was, have these other plants been planted purposely? So he thought that, are these plants being planted purposely? Did the farmer planted them purposely? So to answer this question, we can see here that in a field many undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. These undesirable plants are called weeds. So when a crop is being cultivated in the field, what happens? Along with the seeds that we want to grow, like this are the, suppose these are the seeds of wheat. Yeah, so these are the seeds of wheat. But sometimes, or most of the times actually, what happens is that there will be some other crop, other seeds also present in the field already. Yeah, so these are some unwanted seeds. So you cannot see, you cannot identify when they are seed. Yeah, so when you go to the crop field, you will find lots of unwanted seeds. And how they appeared here? Yeah, the farmers did not planted the seeds, so due to the wind or by birds, yeah, the seeds may get delivered to the field. Yeah, so due to various factors, we get many unnecessary seeds in the field. So these seeds later they grow into weeds. So these weeds are not grown purposely. Bojo now got the answer. So they are undesirable plant. They are not desired by the farmer. Okay. So you can see pictures here. So you can see here. See, these are the pictures of weeds. Can you see? Have you seen this one? The small spiky structures. Yeah. So these are the weeds. This is the field of a rice, paddy field. Yeah. So in the paddy field, you can see these are some unwanted weeds that are growing. Here also you can see all this orange beautiful colored plants. Yeah. This beautiful. So these are weeds. Even though they look pretty, but they are not wanted in the rice field. Yeah. So sometimes the weeds may look pretty, but they are not wanted. So these are the pictures of some weeds, but they are not needed in the field. So, okay, take out your pencil and underline here this paragraph. In a field, many other undesirable plants may occur naturally, the weeds. Okay, underline this whole paragraph here, from here to here. Okay, so we have learned about weeds. Weeds are not needed, they are undesirable plants. Yeah, so since they are not desired in the crop field, so we have to remove them. Yeah, so the removal of weeds is called weeding. So the process when we remove those weeds, yeah, if we remove the weeds, the process of removing these weeds is called what? Weeding. Underline this one also, this paragraph and this line. So weeding is necessary since weeds compete with the croplands for water, nutrient, space and light. So why are they not desired in the crop field? Weeds are here also, we can see that weeds are very beautiful, yeah. Even though they are beautiful, why are they not wanted in the crop field? Why? This question also arises in our mind, isn't it? So we do not need weeds in our fields because can you see so many weeds? There's so many weeds here. So when there are weeds in the fields, what will happen? The crop, the main crop, what is the main crop here? The main crop is rice. So the rice, the main crop will compete. All the plants will compete with each other for what? For essential things like what? Sunlight, and then water, nutrients, isn't it? So there are so many weeds here. So if the number of weeds become more, then the competition for the survival of the main crops, will keep surviving, yeah. So they will compete with each other for sunlight, water and nutrients. So that is why they are not desired and not wanted in our fields. Understood? Thus, they affect the growth of the crop. Some weeds interfere even in harvesting and may be poisonous for animals and human beings. So, this is the second reason that we do not want weeds in our fields. Why? Because they affect the growth of the plant. Yeah. And also, what do? They interfere in harvesting. So, when the crops will get harvested, it will be very difficult to identify each crop, yeah. So if there are so many crops here and suppose there are these crops we do not want to harvest, yeah, so how will you identify these few crops among all these crops? It becomes tough, yeah. So the farmers, they have to harvest such a large quantity of crops, so they do not have time also. And also, what is another, there is another main reason that this may be poisonous for animals or human beings. So there are many weeds that are poisonous, yeah. So what will happen? Suppose there is a weed, yeah. Suppose there is the weed. So this is the weed, yeah. So when this will be when this crop will get harvested, what will happen? So if this is the crop of wheat, then what will happen? This weed is suppose poisonous, and while harvesting, this weed will also get harvested, yeah. And then what will happen in the atta, or in the atta, what will happen? We'll get this poisonous weed will also be included, yeah. And we will consume this weed and it will get toxic in our health, yeah. It will affect us, it will ruin our health, it will affect us badly, and it may also affect the animals if they also eat the husk or the remaining plants from the fields, yeah. So this will affect both the animals and human beings as well. So that's why weeds are not necessary. Farmers adopt many ways to remove weeds and control their growth. Tilling before sowing of crops help in uprooting and killing of weeds, which may then dry up and get mixed with the soil. So there are different types or different ways of removing weeds. So we can remove the weeds by different methods so that we can control their growth. What is the first one? Tilling before sowing of crops. So here, let me show you. So can you remember what was the first process of agriculture? While what was the first agricultural practice that we have learned? That was what? Tilling or what? Plowing. So there also we came to learn that plowing is very essential because it prepares the soil, right? So here also tilling or plowing, it is very helpful in in controlling the growth of weeds. How it's helpful? Can you see the pictures here? See the pictures here. So this is the soil before plowing or tilling, and now this is the soil after plowing. So what happened here? Even if there were weeds here, so while plowing, what we do while plowing, we turn the soil, isn't it? So here the soil, while plowing, the weeds will get uprooted from its root level. So when it gets uprooted, what will happen? It will become like this. Can you identify any weeds here? So that means what? These weeds have already died because they have been uprooted by plowing. So here also you can see they are uprooted from the root level. Yeah. So when they get uprooted while plowing, so these plants will later dried up. They will get dried up, isn't it? So these uprooted plants here also, they will get dried up in the soil, and later they will help the soil. They will they will provide nutrients to the soil, the dried plants. Yeah. So this is another way by which we can control the weeds. Next, what is the next way? Okay, so the best time, take your pencil and please underline this line. The best time for the removal of weeds is before they produce flowers and seeds. Underline this line. Done? Okay, the best time for the removal of weeds is before they produce flowers and seeds. So this is the best time. Suppose a plant, this is the weed, and it has produced flowers and seeds. So what will happen? Why it's tough? Yeah. So it's tough because suppose the flower has grown. So what will happen? It will help in producing more weeds. Yeah, if there is seeds and there are flowers, what will happen? The number of weeds will get increased. And if there are seeds, what will happen? Some bird will come, it will take the seed and it will spread in other parts of the crop land also. Yeah, so the other parts of the field will also be infected by the weeds. Yeah, so it's the best way is to uproot the weeds when there are no flowers or no seeds. So it's the best time to remove the weeds. Understood? The manual removal includes physical removal of weeds by uprooting or cutting them close to the ground from time to time. This is done with the help of a kurpi. A seed drill is also used to uproot weeds. So this is another way of uprooting or cutting the weeds. Here you can see. So it is done by the help of a kurpi. So this is the kurpi. Can you see? So a kurpi is also used to cut the weeds. So suppose here is the weed. You will take the kurpi. Yeah, the weeds will grow up, and before flowering and before producing seeds, you will take the kurpi and you will cut the weed in its near the ground here, so that it will not grow later. Yeah, so when you remove the weeds with the help of a kurpi, you have to do it manually. Understood? You have to do it manually. And if you use the kurpi, then what? The crop land is so huge. Yeah, it will take a lot of time, and it is time consuming, and also it will take a lot of labor. Yeah, so this is another way of removing the weeds. Okay, so what was the first way? The first way was tilling before sowing the seeds, and the second is to use a kurpi and cut the weeds. Yeah, and there is also a third way. What is the third way? Weeds are also controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. Like example, they have given 2,4-D. Yeah, so we have got 3 different ways What was the first way? The first way is tilling. The second was using a khurpi. And the third is weedicides. Yeah. So these are the three ways by which you can control the growth of weeds in your field. Okay. So weeds are controlled by using certain chemicals called weedicides. Underline this line also till the example. So there are certain chemicals that helps to control the production, the growth of weeds. For example, they have given 2,4-D. Its full name is 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Yeah. So this is the name of the weedicide that's mostly used in to control the growth of weeds. Yeah. Okay. So this is another way. So how we can use the weedicide? There's a sprayed in the fields to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. The weedicides are diluted by water to the extent required and sprayed in the fields with a sprayer. So these are harmful chemicals, but they do not damage the crops. Why? Because with the chemicals, what we will do, we will dilute the chemical. How we will dilute? We will dilute by using water. So when we add water to the chemical, what happens? The concentration of the chemical, it becomes less, and that's why it does not harm the plants, but it will kill the weeds. So that is a technique that they use to save the plant but kill the weeds. Yeah. The weedicides are diluted, yeah, this we have read, with water to the extent required and sprayed. So it is sprayed with the help of a sprayer. So there are, while you water the plants in your garden, you use watering can. Yeah. So this way, to spray the chemicals, they use what? Sprayer. Here you can see. Have you seen? You can see the picture here. So the farmer is using a sprayer. This is where the weedicide will be stored, and there is the pipe here. So with the help of this pipe, here is the sprayer. So it will spray to the field and the weeds will be controlled. So now Bojo is asking another question. Do weedicides have any effect on the person handling the weedicide sprayer? So he's thinking, if it's a harmful chemical, does it harm the farmer who is spraying? Okay, very important question. So here we will get the answer. So as already mentioned, the weedicides are sprayed during the vegetative growth of weeds before flowering and seed formation. So we have already learned that the weedicides or the control of the weeds are done in which period? In the vegetative period, where there are no flowers and no seeds. Yeah. So spraying of weedicides may affect the health of farmers. Yes, he was right, that it will affect the farmer. So what they do, the farmers should use these chemicals very carefully. They should cover their nose and mouth with a piece of cloth during spraying of these chemicals. So you can see here the farmer is using a cloth to cover his mouth and nose. Can you see? So since the chemicals are harmful for the farmers, what they will do, they must be very careful. Yeah. So this is an important thing the farmers must know. They must be careful and they must use something, a piece of cloth or mask or anything to cover their mouth and nose. Okay. So here also you can see a farmer is spraying. Yeah, so this is how, with the help of a sprayer, the farmer sprays the weedicides in the fields, and the weeds they die, and it gets under control. Okay, so till here we have finished the previous one, the point number 1.7, protection from weeds. So this we have finished. So now we will start 1.8, that's harvesting. Yeah, so harvesting, what is harvesting? So we'll learn now. So harvesting of a crop is an important task. Yeah, it's very important. We have come to the end of crop production. Yeah, so here the cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. Please underline this line. The cutting of crop after it is mature, it is called harvesting. So you have grown the crop. Yeah, so after the crop has got matured, what we will do? We will harvest the crop. We will cut the crop. Harvesting means cutting of the crop. So if these plants they grow up and they give us what we need, like the grains of rice or wheat, then what will happen? We will say that they have matured, and then we will cut the plants so that we can get rice or whatever we need. It may be also wheat plant. Yeah. So in harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. It usually takes 3 or 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. So while harvesting, what we will do in this procedure, we will take out the pull the crop. Suppose this is the crop. So what we will do? We can do two things. Yeah, we can do two things. One, we can cut the crop here. Yeah, or what we can do, we can pull the crop from its ground. Take the crop by hand and pull it, so it will get uprooted. Yeah, so there are two things, we can cut or we can pull. So these are the two ways by which the crops can be harvested. It usually takes how many months? 3 or 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. Harvesting in our country is either done manually by sickle or by a machine called harvester. Underline this line also. From here to till harvester. So in our country, how we harvest? We use the help of sickle. So when you use the sickle, you have to do it what? Manually. Yeah. Have you seen harvesting? If any time you have gone to the village, then you can see how the farmers they harvest. So there will be many people in the fields, and all of them they will carry a sickle if they are doing it manually, and they will cut the plants. If they are taking the sickle, then they will cut the plants in the near the ground here. Yeah, you can see this picture here. Can you see there are plants here? So these are the husk or the remaining of the plants of the previous crop. So they have been cut here near the ground. So that's why, yeah, here these are the remaining of the plants. So here they have used here what? Sickle. So this has been done manually. Yeah. Next, also it's done by a machine called, what is the name of the machine? The machine is harvester. We call it harvester. In the harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated. So you have, what you will do in harvesting, at first you will pull or cut the crop. Yeah, you have done the first step. Then what you will do, you will need to separate the seeds from the chaff. The process is called threshing. Underline this line also, till threshing. till threshing, underline. This is carried out with the help of a machine called combine, which in fact is a harvester as well as a thresher. So after cutting, what we will do, we will thresh the crop. So here you can see these are the crops that they have cut. They have made it a bundle and now they are threshing the crop. What is threshing? Threshing means beating the crop. They are beating the crop. Have you seen? They have kept here drums and they are beating the plants. Why they are beating? So that the seeds get removed from the stalk. Understood? So they will beat the crop so bad that the seeds will fall out. You can see the seeds here also. Yeah, down here the seeds have got collected. So when they keep on beating and beating, what will happen? The seeds will fall out by itself and we will get the crop. So this is threshing. It is done manually or sometimes you can use machines also. So the name of the machine is a combine. So this combine machine, what it does, it is used for two things, to harvest as well as a harvester or as a thresher. After harvesting, sometimes stubs are left in the field which are burned by farmers. Paheli is worried. She knows that it causes pollution. It may also catch fire and damage the crops lying in the fields. So sometimes what happens, while harvesting, there are some crops or the remaining of the crops are left in the fields. Yeah. So then what happens, the farmers sometimes they burn this thing. Yeah. So if they burn, what will happen? Paheli is worried that it will cause what? Pollution. And also it may cause fire. It may catch fire and it may damage the crops that are lying in the field. So Paheli is worried. Farmers with small holding of land do the separation of grain and chaff by winnowing. You have already studied this in class 6. So farmers, what they do, sometimes they take the help of a process that's known as winnowing. I think you have read this in class 6. So winnowing is also separation of seeds. The grain will get separated. So here you can see it's done by the help of wind. Yeah, so the direction of the wind will flow and the husk will get collected here, the seeds will get collected here, and the grain, since it's heavy, it will fall down here. So winnowing is also a type of separation technique, but it's done by the help of air. Okay, so now we can learn the harvest festivals. So here they have given something. After 3 or 4 months of hard work, there comes a day of the harvest. The sight of golden fields of standing crop laden with grain fills the hearts of farmers with joy and a sense of well-being. The efforts of the past season has borne fruit and it is time to relax and enjoy a little. The period of harvest is thus of great joy and happiness in all parts of India. Men and women can celebrate it with great enthusiasm. Special festivals associated with the harvest seasons are Pongal, Baisakhi, Holi, Diwali, Nabanya, and Bihu. So when the season of harvest come, it's a very happy season for the farmers, because the farmers, they have been doing so much of hard work for 4 months, yeah, continuously. For 3 to 4 months they do the hard work, and when the time of harvest comes, they know that they can rest a little bit. So if you go to the village and during the time of harvesting, you will see that they enjoy it so much. It's like an occasion for them. Yeah, so they will organize parties are like what, they will eat together. All of the farmers, they will eat together, they will chill out a little bit, they will sing songs. So this is a very beautiful moment for the farmers. So to dedicate this, there are many festivals also. You can see the pictures, the names here. So we have finished the harvest, the topic of harvesting. Yeah, so let's end today's class here. In the next class we'll finish the first chapter.